Hey guys, you're most welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about Google Translate. We shall be looking at what a Google Translate is and how it works or how it helps in easing one's work. As I made mention earlier on, IT is here to simplify our work. So let's get into the content right away. What is a Google Translate? A Google Translate is basically a tool created by Google to help two or more people who don't speak the same language communicate and understand themselves better. So, if we want to use Google Translate, make sure first of all your computer has a good internet connection. Then when you've ascertained that you're connected to internet, you basically it's a two-way thing. You can just dive into your Chrome and punch in the Google Translate, or you can even access Google Translate while signed into your Google account. I prefer accessing Google Translate while signed into my Gmail account because there are certain options or there are certain features that comes in when you're using the Translate while signed into your Gmail account. Unlike when you've gone through a direct browser without signing in your account. So today we are going to use the account that we initially opened some days ago. So here we are. When you want to go to Google Translate, just go to the icon next to your profile, and that is where the Google app is. You tap on it, a drop-down menu is going to appear with its several options or several Google apps. As you can see, you have the account itself, there is search, maps, YouTube, blah, 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 name it. You can just tap on your down arrow button on the computer and go down until you find a translate option. And here we are. This is our translate option. Just tap on it and see what will appear on your monitor. When you tap on the translate button, this is what your computer monitor is going to appear like. So here we have two different boxes. Up here we have text, image, documents, and website. What does this signify? You can actually translate text from a language that you know to a desired language that you want your text to be translated to. You can translate images, you can actually translate a whole document using a Google Drive. That is how easy it simplifies work. So right below these buttons, we have the languages here. That is where you're going to type your text. And to the right side, you have the translation. That is where your translation is going to appear. So let's type what you want. In this case, you're going to translate from English to Spanish. But here we have we're going to translate from English to Spanish. Let me first put here a different language and we see what happens. Let's type here hello, translate from English. So it doesn't matter. This Google Translate actually is able to detect the language that the language for the letter that you've typed in. You can see from up here we have French, but after typing hello, it's giving translate from English. That means it has detected that whichever text you've put here is English. Then here it has translated to Spanish. You can see hola. So if you want, in case your intended language of translation is not Spanish, you just tap on the drop down arrow here. Then you can choose the preferred language, the language to which you want your hello to be translated to. So let's see. Let's take it to French, not Spanish. So you look for French from the drop down menu. You can actually search for the language. Sorry. Tap on this drop down menu and search for the language. Let's put French. Yes, there we are. And that's what we have. Bonjour. So if you want to listen to how a particular word that has been translated is pronounced, you just tap on the listen button there.
Bonjour.
Uh-huh.
Bonjour.
Yeah. So that is how
Bonjour.
you're supposed to pronounce hello in French. So if you want to, earlier on I made mention that when you use a Google Translate while signed into your Gmail account, there are certain options that comes with it. So if you want to share this, let me say to a friend, when you tap on this, it's going to give you option. You can share on email, you can share on X. So you tap appropriately how you want to share the content to a colleague. Then when you tap on this, you can actually teach the Google Translate. Google Translate is not 100% perfect. In case you knew French and probably what has been brought here is not the right word, you can actually relate and teach a Google Translate. You basically tap on suggest and edit, then you see your contribution will be used to improve translation quality and may be shown in bracket without identifying you to your users. You can learn more if you intend, or you basically go here and edit if the word is really not right, and you click on submit. But in this case, I'm going to cancel because bonjour is the right translation of hello from English to French. So let's type another word. We made mention that Google Translate is not 100%. I read a lot of books. As you can see there, I read a lot of books. We intend to translate it into Spanish. This is actually, I read a lot of books. You notice that read and read are literally the same spelling. And that is why I made mention earlier on that Google Translate is not 100% accurate. So here you may have this sentence translated into I read a lot of books, and yet your intended text or sentence is actually I read a lot of books. So if you actually knew Spanish, you can go on and edit appropriately. So after the translation being done into the language that you would wish, if you want to save, you can just click on Save Translation. If you want to share, as I made mention, you can click on that and you share to the different people via email or Xshare, among other communication platforms. Then when you want to copy the sentence or the text into for example, into a Microsoft Word, you just come and type on this. You may not need to highlight like we see in others. You may not need to highlight. You just come and tap on copy. Then the translation. Let's see down here. When you tap on copy, the translation will be copied. Then you get back into your Word document and paste there. So if you want to listen to how these wordings are pronounced, you just tap on the listen.
Leo muchos libros. Leo muchos libros.
So that is leo muchos libros. So when you tap on this translated version of I read lots of book, you can actually see here, this is I read, and this is the right option for I read a lot of books. So that is it. You've edited. If you want to restore the original, you just tap on restore original and the original will appear. But if you want to see the different options of translation, you just tap on the wording itself and a drop down menu is going to appear, and that is what we have. So this is I actually read a lot of books, not I read as it had translated. So you can choose the desired option we've edited. So when we come this side,
I read a lot of book.
I read a lot of books. That is, if you want to listen to the English version. So, alternatively, if you want to access a keyboard, you can just turn on your virtual keyboard and you use it to type the wordings. Let's delete that W. That is for virtual keyboard. We tap on the square to cancel it. Then on this drop down arrow, you can select an input tool that you would wish to use. Can be English or English handwriting. Let's see what English handwriting brings for us. Those are the different signs. Then when you want to, sometimes you may not really have to type in the wordings. Maybe you wish to just speak for Google Translate to translate for you. So after choosing the desired language, let me say French, and the wordings here. This time we just want to talk with the Google Translate, not type. You just come down here, and that is translate by voice. When you tap on translate by voice, you can allow it to the Google Translate to use your microphone. Then you can tap on this to stop, but it's already actually translating what I'm saying. You can stop the translation. There you can stop. No, let's try again. Hello, I read lots of books. Bonjour, je lis beaucoup de livres. So let's hear the sound.
Bonjour, je lis beaucoup de livres.
That is how it is in French. So basically, that is how we use Google Translate. If you want to translate images, you just type on the icon image and you do the needful. If you want to translate a whole document, just tap on the document, then you can go to your Word document and you drag the document, you drop here, a whole translated version in the chosen language is going to appear here. Same applies so website. So if you want to save, you can always tap here to save. If you want to keep it as history, you can always tap here. So basically, that is how we use Google Translate. Google Translate it's really very important. It helps communication. It can be to the teachers, to the doctors, in business setting, to anyone, so long as you're communicating to anybody who doesn't understand or anybody with whom you don't speak the same language and you basically need your message to reach home or you basically need to understand yourself. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In case of any concerns, any questions, any comments, don't hesitate. Get into the comment section and we shall find it there. Thank you. Have a blessed evening. Bye bye.